Hi, Lauren, aka Moses here. And the subject I'm going to cover today, a lot of people have questions about, and that has buying traffic. The first question that particularly new folks ask is, where do I find the cheapest traffic? Which is really not the question you want to ask. The question you want to ask is, where do I find the best and most effective targeted traffic? Now, that's obviously open for debate by lots of people because there are lots of answers to that question. But one of the most common and most used is solo ads. Now, solo ads are basically you're buying clicks of somebody else's list. And there are people who have lists of hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and in a lot of cases, that's where they're getting their leads, that their clicks that they're selling to you as a purchaser of a solo ad. Another way they do get lists that they can sell to you is that they purchase them from a broker. Now, a broker, again, I'm not going to get into details on that right at the moment because that's another discussion. However, they buy them at a certain price per click from the broker. Then they turn around and sell them to you, the purchaser, for a increased price so that they can make a profit. That's basically how all businesses work, so it's no different there. But there's also a little more risk involved in solo purchasing because a lot of times, in fact, a lot of people tell you that, you don't want to do solo ads because there's so many crooks out there. Well, yes and no. There are probably the biggest key, and I'll start with this, is if the price is ridiculously low. And when I say ridiculously low, it can be 10 cents a click, 5 cents a click. The only problem with most of those, is that they're going to sell you 2,000 clicks for $10. That pretty much tells you that that's junk. In fact, the situation is when you see that kind of thing, run from it. Because what that is going to be is computer-generated clicks, and those do you absolutely no good because the computer's not going to buy a single thing from you, no matter how many pieces of email you send to them, how many offers you make, they're just not going to buy. So, how can you be somewhat sure of the quality of the solo ad vendor? You can go on Facebook and you can go into groups where what they call solo vendor, where they get reviews that tell you how well they've done on, somebody bought so many clicks, they got such a certain percentage of open, maybe they say made a sale, maybe they didn't make a sale. These are all factors that you want to consider when you're purchasing solo ads. Well, one of the places that I found, and it's a place that you can go, and first let me qualify this with the caveat that absolutely nothing is a perfect solution to purchasing solo ads. However, there are ways that you can do it and pretty much protect yourself and get pretty good results. And one of those places that you can do that is a group or a site called UDIMI, and that's UDIMI. And I'll go ahead and go to that. So give me a second here. Let me go down and find them right there. We'll click on them. Now this is going to open on my page, and what I'm going to basically do is just walk you through and show you kind of how to navigate Udemy. First you need to set up an account. Once you do that, you get a page like this, which is your home page, and it gives you the information like how many solo ads have you purchased, and goes down. You can one of the things that here is that you can communicate with whoever it is you decide that you want to do business with. Now what you can do is you go up here and you can find sellers, you can find solo deals. If you're an affiliate and you want to become affiliate, you can become affiliate here. Forums where they discuss these kind of things. So, but I'm going to limit this to just how to kind of get a solo ad. The first thing in reality, what you want to do is you want to click on Find Sellers. Now, this gives you a lot of information about the different sellers, and then the sellers are listed here. There's some information that you want to look for because it's important to know. One is that if they rated for sales, like this gentleman is, he has a 41% sales rate. That means that 41% of the people who get on somebody's list that has purchased them, they get approximately 41% of those people that have purchased solo ads from him have gotten sales. You look up here, this is his price, and that's 49 cents per click, and that's a unique click. Now there's a difference between a click and a unique click because people can click twice. You don't want that to count as one of the clicks the second time for the clicks that you're buying. So the first click is a unique click, the second click is a filtered click or just a general click. So if you were going through Click Magic and you could see on there you have TC, which is total clicks, then you have UC, which is unique clicks. So if it says 100 clicks and 50 unique clicks, that means that most likely you're not getting the best in traffic. I'm sure that everybody that clicks isn't going to click twice. So anyway, there are ways that that's why you track what you're doing so that you can know what's happening when you purchase. And then you can go on down, and as you can see, he has 1,693 orders. Now he's probably been at it a while, and he's had 1,693, almost 1,700 clicks that got good reviews. He had 7 that not so good reviews. And I will qualify that even the best solo vendors, everybody's not going to get results because there's too many factors involved in whether you get good results or don't get good results. Your landing page, first of all, your email swipe may not motivate them to click on it. That's your first step. That's all that solo ad is for them to click on it and go to your opt-in page. If they don't do that, then you may have a unique click, but you're not getting any action out of it. Okay? So, and then what your landing page looks like, whether, this is the reason that you do the testing and the tracking, is that it may not motivate people to put in their information. And if they don't put in their information, they don't become a lead for you. So that affects your opt-in rate, okay, or what they call a conversion rate. So there are a lot of factors, And many of these factors the solo vendor cannot control. So you have to be conscious of what you're doing and ask questions. You can contact any of these people and ask them questions about their lists. You know, how do they approach their lists? What do they recommend as far as a ad swipe? I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. It's your business. You want to talk to them. Okay? So anyway, so we go ahead and we go down and we'll check a couple of others here. This gentleman has 21% and he has 14 ups, no downs, and apparently he only has 14 sales. This gentleman has 1,195 sales and all up, or at least no down. Nobody was unhappy with what he's done. So, and then they give you information here as far as who's most responsive to their advertisements, and then just like here. Now, let me also qualify this. These guys are wanting you to purchase their solo ads, so the way they say things may be totally true, but it may also be a sales pitch. And that's why, again, you really need to track and test. I cannot emphasize enough, it's your business. Focus on it. Don't assume anything. If something doesn't look right, ask questions. If something doesn't look like and you don't feel comfortable with going ahead with it, then don't. I had a good example of that just here recently, which, I was going to purchase some solo ads, but as I talked to the person that was promoting them and going to sell them, when it came down to actually trying and doing business with them, it just did not feel right. Things that first of all, they were too eager, too pushy, wanting to get the sale. And it always makes me nervous, having been in sales for years and years and years and years. Desperation is not a pretty sight. And then when it came time to, say, make a payment, and they wanted to do it not through a business account, but through a personal account, that's a huge red flag. Now, if you go through UDIMI, they do it all through PayPal. So, and they're here to, UDIMI is a community that protects. So that's one of the reasons that I really honestly kind of like them. Don't always purchase from them because I'm always looking for, success and possibilities. Anyway, I digress a little bit and I'm sorry. So, when you look at these, let me move this out of the way a little bit, so that when you look at the different ones, you see different prices. You got a gentleman here that's 59%. Now, premium 100% Tier 1 traffic is basically, Tier 1 is to basically the 5 English-speaking countries: US, Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand. Those are generally the top tier. And one of the things you always want to look for when you're doing it, and if you're tracking through ClickMagic, is you can check the quality of the clicks that you're getting. So, and if you'll catch my ClickMagic where I show you how to set up ClickMagic links, you'll see how to find that particular thing. Again, you can see there's a variety of prices. Here's a couple of them that are close to $1. Again, some of these numbers are pretty good. Some of them, you don't know. You don't know till you run it, but you can kind of set it up where you can help yourself. And that is by checking their price, checking the ups and downs. And if you want to know what people are saying, then you can click on this and it will take you to their reviews. And then you can see, and they'll tell you all about them. And no, that's not what I wanted. So let's get out of here. No, I didn't really want to open his to order anything. Anyway, so you can go through, and again, if you want to ask questions, you simply go up or as you can see down here, you can either add to the cart, or they usually have a, well, I'm not, oh yeah, right here. You can, price per visitor. You can also, here you go, you can message them and ask questions and have a better idea of what it is that, whether there's somebody that you want to try to do business with or not. So anyway, that's kind of really what you want to look for. And again, things that you want to look for here is their price, who their subscribers are, what, top tier, add every day, free funnel optimization on your orders. You can ask, what does he mean by that? And ask for an example, what he's talking about. Again, it's your business. Take the time to do your due diligence and make sure, because like I said, it's your business, it's your money. It's not their money, it's your money. So you be sure and check it out. And again, you can go down here and find these that have sales. Now, if you want to look for a bargain, then you can go to solo deals here, as you can see, and they're telling you, talk to traffic, give you the description, 4 orders, 154 views, maybe fairly new. A lot of times they'll tell you they're new. Here again. But one more time, I want to emphasize the cheapest price is not always the best deal when it comes to solo advertising. Well, when it comes to advertising of any kind. Because that's really what you're doing when you purchase solo ads. You're advertising to get people in your front door, and hopefully your front door is attractive enough and has a good enough hook on it that they'll give you their information and go ahead to the thank you page, if you have a thank you page in your funnel, and then to the sales page, or however you've got your funnel set up, but so they progress through it. Anyway, this is just one of the possibilities. Explore it, see what you think. You can go on Facebook and check out testimonials. There are some forums on there that they do basically the same thing, except that it's not organized the same way, so that what you have is just individual vendors who have customers who have left testimonials on those sites. However you do it, just do it wisely, check things out, and hey, you test. You're going to have some good ones and you're going to have some not so good ones. Don't let the not so good ones stop you, and don't think that the good ones are always going to be that way. It's life. It's like everything in life. So check out UDIMI. It's one of the places that you can get solo ads and be fairly comfortable, but just check them out. Anyway, I really do appreciate your time. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gives you some meat to think about and to apply in your business. But it's Lauren, a.k.a. Moses, and as always, I'm pulling for your success.